Welcome to the part 2 of the culture PYQs. We had completed the part 1 and now we'll continue with the part 2. In the part 2 section, the first subsection that we are going to do is the questions on certain terms or certain words that UPSC normally keep asking every year. So in 2021, it has asked, with reference to the history of ancient India, Bhavabhuti, Hastimala and Kshemeshwara were famous. See, the UPSC always is concerned with famous things. So that is clearly displayed here. It's asking with reference to history of ancient India. What are these three? They were famous Jain monks, playwrights, temple architects and philosophers. So what is UPSC telling you? That you have to read about the famous Jain monks, famous playwrights, famous temple architects and famous philosophers. This is about famous. So it only is concerned with famous people in particular areas, and these are the areas that you have to read in the coming years. 2021, another question in the same year, with reference to history of ancient India. Again, history of ancient India. Which of the following statements are correct? Mitakshara was the civil law for the upper caste and Dayabhaga was the civil law for lower caste. See, these are civil laws. So Mitakshara and Dayabhaga are two schools of Hindu law. So I've already discussed or mentioned that whenever there are two similar things, the differences and common things becomes important. Common areas or common aspects. In this question, they are asking the differences between these two schools, Mitakshara and Dayabhaga, and also civil law has become important. You have to read about civil law also and these important schools of civil law or the family law. Next is, in 2023, they are asked about which one of the following explains the practice of Vatta Kiruttal as mentioned in Sangam poems. Sangam poems is a very important topic in South Indian history, and when it comes to South Indian history, with regards to the culture part, Sangam and Vijayanagar part is very important. So Sangam literature, Sangam period is very important, and they're asking what is Vatta Kiruttal. That means when you come across these words, you have to make note of these words and write it in a sheet of paper and then revise. Write the term in a sheet of paper and write what it means. So I hope this is clear. So whatever is famous is important, and the differences between two similar things or common things between two similar things. For example, in this case, they are talking about two schools of Hindu law. So this becomes important in the future, and civil law is important. So this is two schools of Hindu law with related to inheritance and succession. So please read about this, inheritance and succession. I hope this is clear. And here, Sangam period and Sangam literature times. Sangam period is very important, and Sangam literature and Sangam poems are also important. I hope this is clear. We'll move to the next part, that is the literature. In 2014, they're asked about the national motto of India, Satyameva Jayate, inscribed below the emblem of India, is taken from Katha Upanishad, Chandogya Upanishads, Aitreya Upanishads and Mundaka Upanishads. So emblem of India is very important. And from wherever it is borrowed, that also becomes important. So you have to read about these Upanishads also, and the emblems or any state anthems, or for example the national anthem. You have to read about where it is taken from and who was the writer or author. author of that particular source from which the national anthem, the national song, or the emblem is taken from. I hope this is clear. Then in 2016, which one of the following books of ancient India has, the books of ancient India is important. Clearly mentioned that you have to read about the books of ancient India, and you don't just not just supposed to know the names of the books, but the content also, because they're asking whether the book has the love story of the son of Sunga dynasty. So the book and content, that is the story, at least have to know the brief story of the book and who is the writer, the author, or the author of the book. So whenever you are reading in the ancient India, specifically do make a list of the books, the writer, and the story. Make a list of this, because this is already asked, and they have also asked in the coming years regarding books. I'll just show you that. See, literary work in 2023 they have asked literary work and author. So this is continued. So we can expect something similar. So always make a sheet or a list where you have written book, author, and content. Content also becomes important. Write in 1 or 2 lines who are the characters and the story. Even if you do just a brief Google search, you will get to find the content of the story, of the book, the story and the characters of the books. Sample, just the gist of the story and who are the characters and what is the significance that is there. And similarly, these books are also important. Similarly, there are other books that are there. Here they have talked about Swapna Vasavadatta, Malavika Agnimitra, Meghaduta, and Ratnavali. There are other books also. You have to read about these. What is contained in this book? What is the story? And who are the characters? And who is the writer of this book? And whether it is and in which language it is written. Which language it is written. I hope this is clear. Moving on to 2020 question. With reference to the scholars of ancient India, consider the following statements. Panini is associated with Pushyamitra Sangha. Amarasimha is associated with Harshavardhana. Kalidasa is associated with Chandragupta too. Again, scholars with the king. Scholars and their books or works. So this becomes important. So scholars and the kings and their works or books that they have written. So here they are asked, clearly it shows that you have to read Panini is associated with king, Amarasimha and Kalidasa. I hope this is clear. So whenever, so make a list of this also. So for example, you can make a bigger list containing these two, the scholars, their works, the king, and whenever you are writing the works, you write the story. There is, what is the story, who are the characters, and if it is if the story is related to a real life characters, for example, in this case, it was the love story of the son of founder of Sunga dynasty. If it is related to something which is inspired from the real life story, that is also becomes very important. Moving on to the 2022 question. With regard to the Indian history, consider the following text. They have given you the text and they are telling you which of them are Jaina texts. Again, this clearly shows Jaina texts and Buddhist texts, and other famous religious texts are other religious texts. So this becomes very important. Read about these things, and here also They have not asked the content of the Jaina text yet till now, but they have asked about these texts. These are famous books. I hope this is clear. So religious texts and the books or ancient literature is important. If you Google search ancient literature, you will get a Wikipedia page which has chronologically listed some of the ancient literatures, but it contains the literature of other languages also. You should be more concerned with the Indian literature. I hope that is clear. According to Kautilya's Arthashastra, which of the following are correct? A person could be a slave. So Arthashastra is very important. Kautilya is also very important. You have to read about these two, Kautilya and his works. And in that work, Arthashastra is very important. A person could be a slave as a result of judicial punishment. If a female slave bore her master a son, she was legally free. If a son born to a female slave was fathered by her master, the son was entitled to the legal status of the master's son. These kinds of detailing is not provided in the standard books. So you need to do a bit of extra research. It's not there in the standard books. It has to be done because people who were taking this taking the test in this year, found that this was not there in standard books. So, but going forward, you have the knowledge that Kautilya's Arthashastra was asked, and you have to read a bit in detail of that, and that is enough. I hope that is enough. Then in 2022 itself, which of the following statements about Sangam literature? Again, Sangam literature, ancient South India, Sangam literature is very famous. You have to read. This is very important. Sangam literature, you have to do a whole research and make notes out of it, because it has been asked again and again. 2022 they have asked, and in 2023 they've asked again about Sangam poems. So Sangam poems and Sangam literature, Sangam period is very important. Then in 2023, with reference to ancient Indian history, consider the following pairs: literary work and author, Devi Chandragupta, Hamira Mahakavya, Milinda Panha, Niti Vakyamrita, and their authors. Again, as I've already discussed or mentioned earlier, books and their authors are important, and I've asked in 2023. And now your job is to read about these works and the author and whether these and the kings they were associated with. I hope this is clear. So author, their works, the kings, and in this work, the story and the characters. What is the characters? And for example, and if this work is, if the story is inspired from real life. Right? And make a list of these things, and it will be very helpful. Go to the next part, that is crafts. Consider the following towns of India: Bhadrachalam, Chanderi, Kanchipuram, Karnal. Which of the above are famous for the production of traditional sari fabric? Again, the main concern is famous. Not all towns are important, only famous towns are important. So you have to know about these famous towns which are famous for a particular thing. I hope this is clear. So they've asked about the famous for the production of traditional saris. In the future, they can ask which of the towns are famous for traditional toys or some other works. Next, Kalamkari painting refers to. So they have asked about Kalamkari painting. So it actually comes under painting also, but in this case I've added in under the category of crafts. So this division is not watertight. It is very fluid. Sometimes it can be. This question can also be considered in under paintings. So a hand painted cotton textile in South India, a hand made drawing on bamboo handicrafts in Northeast India, bamboo handicrafts, a block painted woolen cloth in Western Himalayan region of India, a hand painted decorative silk in Northwestern India. You have to know what it is and from which region it is. So they are asking what it is and in which region. So what is it and the region. So this is how you have to take the hints of what to study. Clearly they have said Northeast India, South India, Western Himalayan region and Northwestern India. So they are clearly asking you the region and they are asking you what it is. It is a hand-painted decorative silk cloth, or a block-painted woolen cloth, or a handmade drawing on a bamboo handicrafts. So what is important, and the region is also important. So whenever you are reading something, please ensure that you know what it is and from which region it is. In which of the following, 2015, in which of the following has been accorded geographical indication status? Banaras brocades and saris, Rajasthani dal bati churma, Tirupati laddu. Students have been traditionally studying this. But if it is very famous in that year, particular year, if when you are studying, you can make a note of it. A list of geographical indication status that is recently being accorded. Then 2018, they've asked, consider the following pairs: craft and heritage. Again, see, craft they've asked and heritage they've asked the place. So Putukali shawls, Sujni embroidery, Pada Jamdani saris. So these are the tradition. It's there in the traditional books, standard books that you are reading. But when you are reading, you have to also read what it is. What is its speciality of this? Speciality and the place, the region, or the region. I hope this is clear. So we'll move to the next section, the martial arts. In 2014, with reference to India's culture and tradition, see again, India's culture and tradition is obviously a topic. What is Kalari Payuttu? Again, what? Focus is on what and where. See, where is also asked. It is an ancient bhakti cult of Shaivism, still prevalent in sea. They're asking, there are two parts in this option. One is, what is it? And where is it? It's an ancient style of bronze and brass work still found in southern part of Coromandel area. What is it? And where it is? It is an ancient form of dance drama and a living tradition in the northern part of Malabar. Sometimes we forget to see what is the options also is hinting. What it is, living tradition, but in some parts of South India. See, what and where. These things are important. They've already asked. I've clearly shown you here in this question, 2014 question, and also in this question, Kalamkari painting question. What and where. This is how you have to take out key informations on how to focus your preparation for the prelims. So moving to the next section, sports. Sports was not a major topic till 2021. Aspirants used to avoid reading sports related news, but since 2021 they have started asking about sports. So sports has become important. If something major is happening, you just have to read the basic things of that. We'll see what to read in that. Consider the following statements in respect of the Flores World Sports Award. So this also can be included in awards section. Award section also, but I have included in sports section. American golfer. In the year 2000, American golfer Tiger Woods was the first winner of this award, which was instituted in the year 2000. The American golfer Tiger Woods was the first winner of this award. The award was received mostly by Formula One players so far. Roger Federer received this award maximum number of times compared to others. So these, before 2021, sports was normally avoided. It was not considered as an important topic, but 2021 UPSC has given this, and it has told you that you have to, moving forward, you have to read about major, at least in this case, major sports awards. Major sports. This is global awards. And the details, a bit details. At least who was the first and most, who have won the most, who is the first who has won the most, right? And these things are like these things, that is, who is first, who was the most recent, and who has won the most major, which category of sports has won the most major awards, and what is the, who is the person, that's sports and sportsman, who has won the most, who has won the most awards. I hope this is clear. Then in 2021, again the same year, they have asked one more question. Consider the following statements with respect to 32nd Summer Olympics. The official motto for this Olympics is a new world. Sport climbing, surfing, skateboarding, karate, and baseball are included in this Olympics. Again, in that year, Summer Olympics was there, so that became famous. And in this case, official motto becomes very important. For example, if you have Winter Olympics or Summer Olympics or Commonwealth Games, the official motto is important, and the official mascot. The official mascot is also important, and whether which of the sports are being included, especially in that Olympics, or included or excluded. If only in that particular year, if it was excluded or included, then that becomes important. I hope this is clear. Then 2021, consider the following statement in respect to the ICC World Test Championship. The finalists were decided by the number of matches they won. New Zealand was ranked ahead of England because it won more matches than England. Again, the people found these questions very difficult because this was not majorly asked, but sometimes this happens, but students have to get used to it. And also, this is an indication that in the future exams, such questions can be asked. And new areas can also be included. Old areas anyhow will get sometimes repeated. I hope this is clear. In this case, the ICIC World Test Championships, if there was a new rule change or a new pattern of some championship, then it becomes important. But I would suggest not to spend too much time in this. Just go through the major events and major sports award or major events that is happening, in which India is also concerned, is related to. Okay. So in 2023, they've asked about 44th Chess Olympiad. Okay. So again, what is important? Any important sports event, any event which has a global significance or in which India is a participant, or India is a participant, or if India is a host, that is, the events are organized in India, that becomes very important. For example, in this case, 44th Chess Olympiad 2022, it was the first time that Chess Olympiad was held in India. See, again, the first and the most is important. First, most number of times. The official mascot, again, mascot was asked. It was hinted. So in this case, motto was there. Motto and mascots, they're always mascots. They're always declared by the organizing members of the team. So this is well published in newspapers. The official mascot was named Thambi. The trophy for the winning team in the open section is the Vera Menchik Cup. The trophy for the winning team in the women's section is the Hamilton Russell Cup. Again, this clearly shows that any major event in which is a global event, or in which India is participating, or which India is hosting, that becomes important. In that also, whether this is happening for the first time, what is the motto, what is the mascot. I hope this is clear. So you have to learn the motto and the mascot of that particular event. I hope this is clear. This was a recent addition to UPSC's syllabus, that is sports. So recently from 2021, it is being asked. So 2021, they have asked about sports. 2023, they have asked about, again, about the sports event. Then coming on to the awards. Awards was also not asked that much. So as you can see here, in 2015 they had asked about 1 award. After that 2021 and 2023. So 2021 they had given a hint, and 2023 they have asked a question. I hope this is clear. So in 2015, they had asked about Indira Gandhi Prize for Peace, Disarmament and Development for 2014 was given to which one of the following? Baba Atomic Research Center, Indian Institute of Science, Indian Space Research Organization, Tata Institute of Fundamental Research. So you have to read about what is this award, and these also, and also read about these places. Next, 2021, they've asked about, consider the following statement in respect of Bharat Ratna and Padma awards. These are very important. Even before 2021, these Bharat Ratna and Padma awards are very important. So in this, what they're asking, Bharat Ratna and Padma awards are titles under the Article 18(1) of Constitution of India. Padma awards, which were instituted in the year 1954, was suspended only once. The number of Bharat Ratna awards is restricted to a maximum of 5 in a particular year. So again, even this year, Bharat Ratna awards were declared. So this again becomes important. So read about when it started, whether in particular year whether it was suspended or not, and if there is a major pattern. For example, some category of people have received majority share of these particular awards, and that, and what is given in that award. What is given in that award? For example, what is the cash prize? What is the the memento, or any other things that are given as a part of this award, and what are the privileges that these people, the awardees, get. That also becomes very important, and whether there are any restrictions. For example, in this case, they have told that only 5 can be given in a particular year. So you have to read whether there is any restrictions, whether it was suspended, when it was instituted, when it was started. Right, that also becomes important, and whether it comes under the titles under Article 18. I hope this is clear. In this case, they are asking about the Constitution of India, because Article 18 abolishes all titles, but whether Bharat Ratna and Padma awards are titles or not, that you have to see. Next is, consider the following pairs with regard to sports award. Again, sports awards were talked here. Some awards I've included here. This is Laureus World Sports Award. This is Chess Olympiad. Again, sports award was asked here. So awards is being asked. 2021 they have asked about awards, and continuing the tradition, they have asked about sports awards. Major Dhyan Chand Khel Ratna Award, why it is given. Again, here also you have to learn why it is given. Why? And for example, if there is a restrictions of 4 or 5, you may also want to know to whom it was given. If the number is very less, then you should know to whom. For example, if they have given award to only 4 or 5, then you should also know who are the persons who got the award. And here they are asking why they have given the following pairs of sports award: Major Dhyan Chand Khel Ratna Award, Arjuna Award, Dronacharya Award, and Rashtriya Khel Protsahan Puraskar. Why it is given? And you have to also, since it's already asked in 2023, you have to also read about these details. What is that award? To whom it is given? And what are the benefits of that award? For example, what is the prize money? What is, for example, the trophies that is given, and any history which is related to that particular trophy. History which is related to that trophy or that award, that also should be read. I hope this is clear. We'll move to the next section, the last section, that is miscellaneous. I've included some of the questions which I have included under miscellaneous. 2016 question. A recent movie titled The Man Who Knew the Infinity is based on the biography of. There is a mains topic, achievements of Indians in science and technology. In that topic, Indian scientists and achievers are important. So in that sense, this becomes important. A recent movie titled The Man Who Knew Infinity is based on the biography of what? So these four are important: Ramanujan, Chandrasekhar, S.N. Bose, C.V. Raman. You have to read about them, and also you have to read about their contributions. And in science and technology part, they can also ask you about the questions of that particular area of their contribution. For example, C.V. Raman's work was related to scattering of light. So, for example, in this case, they were given four people. You have to read about their works, contributions, and details of that. For example, in this case, C.V. Raman was working on scattering of light, and you have to learn about those things. For example, Ramanujan, Chandrasekhar, S.N. Bose, and C.V. Raman. If there is a major contribution which is very famous, you have to read about that, and any special things about these people. For example, C.V. Raman was the first Asian to get a Nobel Prize in science. I think that is a very significant achievement, and that should be known by everyone, every Indian. So that kind of facts becomes important. Next is, in 2023, they are asked about which of the following statements in respect of national flag of India, then national symbols, anthem, flag, song, animal. These are all important things. You have to read about this. This can be found in India Yearbook. India Yearbook, that is released by the government of India every year. The details can be found there. And since these things won't change every year, so even an old edition book will suffice for the content. One of the standard sizes of the national flag is 600 mm into 400 mm. The ratio of the length to the height of the flag shall be 3:2. Again, you have to learn the flag code of India and the details of it. I hope this is clear. So going forward, this becomes important. And for example, in this case, they also can give you the rules in the future. I'm just predicting the rules in how many duration and how much duration the national anthem should be sung, right? So these kinds of questions can be asked. So India Yearbook or any standard Google search would help you that. I hope this is clear. With this, we come to the end of the art and culture PYQs. So we have completed the ancient history PYQs and art and culture PYQs. And please make a list of what are the important things. And then when you are reading the standard materials, please give special attention to these areas which have already been asked in the UPSC. So these sessions will help you prepare more efficiently and increase your chances of scoring high marks in prelims. So because these previous year's question papers are like a pole star, which helps you in taking the right direction. I hope this is these videos are helpful. So we have completed the PYQs of two major areas, that is ancient history and art and culture. Thanks for watching our videos. I hope these videos are helpful, and I hope using these videos your preparation is streamlined, so achieve confidence in attempting and preparing for prelims. Thank you.